Great, good evening. Welcome to the webinar. Today we're going to be doing some tapping together, clearing out some sort of deeper layers of emotion. Sometimes we can carry around thoughts, feelings, energy from situations, from people, and we don't often realize what we're carrying because we're just getting on with the rest of everyday life. So I don't really want to trigger anyone into sort of going too deeply, so don't worry, we're not going to go into our deepest, darkest pain. What we're going to do is kind of have that in the back of our mind and we're just going to release what we can. We're going to stay in the moment, deal with the emotions that come up, because we can relax and clear stuff without knowing what it is or where it came from. There are lots of different ways of working. It's interesting when you can start to spot your own triggers, and if you have a feeling or an irritation, and start tracing back through time of when that started, what person that was, or situation, or what was happening. You can start to unpick and see what's under the surface. We're all filtered by our beliefs and previous experiences. It's affecting us all the time, and we'll be interpreting situations and making decisions about the present day because of things that have happened to us in the past, which may or may not be accurate, but the mind's making all these decisions all the time without us realizing. And that can end up with different feelings and triggers in the body. So what we're going to be doing is some general tapping. I'm going to ask you to tell me how you're feeling, and if you can share that in the chat box, that would be great. The more specific we can be, the more you're going to get out of the call. So you can use the chat box, you can type just to panelists and that will just come through to me. I won't share your name. If you don't want to share or type, that's absolutely fine. That's great. Good. So familiarize yourself with the screen. If you have a problem, you can put your hand up. If you do get triggered or upset by something, just come back into the room, keep your eyes open, keep breathing, keep tapping. Let me know. As I say, we're not going to purposefully be triggering things, but we are dealing with emotions. So you might become emotional, you might laugh, you might have a tummy gurgling, you might have all these different energies moving through your body. Anything that's happened, it's going to stay, you're safe basically. We're not going to trigger anything that's going to upset you too much. We're just going to keep it nice and cool, nice and calm. But if you do get triggered, just keep tapping, keep breathing, and it will pass. Good. Oh, hi. Welcome. So if you haven't tapped before, then just go with it. It's a slightly strange process. It's a little bit like acupuncture without the needles. It's a process of tapping on specific points on the head and hands to move energy through the body. And we use it to focus on symptoms that we're experiencing, which could be physical or emotional. And we can also start to look at beliefs, and we can also clear traumatic memories, or anything really that's impacting you can have an impact. Hi, a couple more people. Hello. Great. So without any more further ado, take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Just check in with where you are. So you can put your hands over your heart and take a few breaths. Just land and breathe. Feel your feet on the ground if you can. If not, if you've got your legs crossed or you're sitting on the floor, then just feel that connection to the ground. And you can imagine growing roots down into the ground. Just take some breaths. And then bring your attention to the top of your head and scan down through your body as you're breathing, noticing any tension, any heaviness. Have you been holding it? We all know about sitting over desks and bad posture and all those kind of things. How are your neck and shoulders? Where do you carry tension if you have it? Just have a check. Maybe it's your lower back, middle back, maybe it's your hips, legs, maybe you feel good. Right, and we're just going to tap a couple of rounds to start with. We're not going to focus on anything. We're just going to tap and breathe and land. Okay, so keeping one hand over your heart, take two fingers on the other hand and start tapping on top of the head. Nice deep breath. And beginning of the eyebrow. And the side of the eye. So as I said, if you haven't tapped before, we just tap gently on each of these acupressure points. And breathe. And under the nose, keep tapping. Breathing. And the beginning of the collarbone. This point's just below the beginning of the collarbone. There's a dent. Most people have a dent there, but it's just below the beginning there. You can just tap there. And breathe. This is what I call the emergency tapping point. So if you're very anxious or stressed out, or you're having a difficult phone call or can't sleep, then you can either tap or hold or rub this point. It's going to start to calm your body. Particularly the more that you do it, your body learns a new habit essentially. When you start doing this, you're doing it to relax, you have that intention behind it, your body's going to start responding. Nice deep breath. And if you've tapped a lot, you might notice as you start tapping that you can feel your body going, oh, okay, you sort of settle into that. I often find doing webinars, my voice changes as we go through and we're tapping a bit more. You might find the same. And the next point is just below the armpit on the side of the ribcage, about 4 inches below. There's this point now on the side which can feel quite tender. And with your thumb at the top, with your palm facing you, it's the side of the nail that's closest to you. And the same point on the first finger, just breathing. And middle finger. The ring finger. The little finger. And the side of the hand. That's one full round of tapping. I'm going to do another round. And as you do it this time, imagine if there was a colour or an energy that would relax and calm your body. Something that would support you. What would that be? Just imagine that colour coming in through your head and down into your body as you're tapping. So it might be sunshine, sunshine yellow, or blue sky, or a green. Just choose a colour that's going to help you right now. And then tapping through the points, breathing. And allowing this colour to come in. And as you breathe in, notice any tension. And as you breathe out, let it go. And under the nose. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. And then the beginning of the collarbone. Great. Are you noticing any other areas of tension coming up as you're bringing your attention to yourself, into this moment? Maybe you've got other things crowding in, just let everything else go. You might imagine a box by the door, you can put all the other stuff, everyone else, all those other issues, put them in the box. You can pick them up later if you want to, or you can leave them there. Nice deep breath and let go. And then under the arm and through the finger points. Good. Lovely, nice deep breath. You might want to lower your shoulders. So your body language reflects your emotions and your emotions reflect your body language. So when you change your body, your emotions change too. It's like kind of fake it till you make it. If you're like this, feeling tense, you're going to be tense. If you relax, forcibly relax your shoulders, your body starts to let go. Nice deep breath. And then noticing that your whole body and just relaxing by 10, 20% by a breath. Letting go. So your body responds to what you tell it to do. And you can have the intention and your body will respond. Lovely. Great. Hands back over your heart. Close your eyes for a moment and just check in with how that feels. We've just tapped a couple of rounds, had a little check-in. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed. But if you haven't done this before, or even if you have, and you know that there's something that wants to shift, then that may have come up. But hopefully you were just feeling good, feeling relaxed. Lovely. So I've had a few requests from people, but it's interesting that people tend to have the same kind of issues. I mean, at the same time. So at the moment, obviously, with everything that's going on, there's a lot of fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of the virus, the pandemic. what's going to happen in the next few months. This winter is stretching off ahead of us. It can be quite daunting. There's a lot of loneliness around for obvious reasons. It's a really difficult time. And as I say, we can focus on the triggers in the present day, but that probably links back to your past, basically. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever your triggers are, there'll be stories in your past that are unresolved and energy sort of coming out now that relates to different issues. We're not going to go into those things, but we are going to send support and help back into the past. So I'd love to know how you're feeling about well, it's really, this is how we are. What's under the surface? Is there an anxiety? Is there an anger? What sort of feeling is in the air for you right now? What would you like to clear? And as I say, you can share that with me. You can identify it. You can make a note. You can just have the intention to clear it. But just notice what it is that's under the surface. And if you can share that with me, that would be great. So whether it's, for example, anxiety or a fear or something specific so that I can include it, then do please type that in the chat box. The other thing I've been asked about is the kind of what if this happens? What if I don't do that? What if I do that? And which is all that kind of same fear of what might happen, fear of the unknown, fear of getting it right. There are lots and lots of different fears. What can I help you with, basically? That's what I'd like to know. So it can take a couple of minutes for people to messages to come through. Great, so that's covering all of that. Good. If I include that's going to help. Good. A couple of people. Great. So I'm noticing what those fears feel like in your body. Okay, lovely. Coming in, feeling worn down by it, every day the same, not knowing when it will change. Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of stretching off into this too much in my head at night. Difficult to switch off. Yeah. Great. These are all really, really great. Thank you for sharing. So yeah, there's that overwhelm, feeling worn down by everything. Just this ongoing. We've got this kind of date, haven't we, in the UK, the 2nd of December. Things are going to be lifting. That's what we're working towards. But we've got, we also know that vaccine isn't here yet. We've got time. Who knows really how long this is going to go on for? Okay. So that issue, that thing that you'd like to clear, just notice what that feels like in your body and give that a number out of 10 of how much that's affecting you sort of in the background. If it's a little bit of a worry, that's going to be a 2 or 3. If it's something that you're quite worried about, 8 or 9 maybe. What's that number like for you? Great. Lovely, just make a note of that. You can tell me if you want to, or you just know for yourself. All about an 8. Okay, so pretty high. And as I'm going to be using fairly general, but in the same sort of area, there's a thing called borrowing benefits. So if you're tapping on one issue, we all have the same responses and feelings. Might have different triggers, but we all, like when we're working together and in a group, we are in a group even though we can't see each other. We're all connected right now. So often people will have the same colors they're experiencing. They might feel things in the same place. So just to be aware of that, there's a connection and a bigger energy shift going on. We can also connect in with other people's feelings. We can also let go of that. So we're going to do a little bit of cord cutting around that too, so we can just be free of everyone else's issues, of worrying about anyone else. So as you can see, I'm just putting one hand over the heart and tapping on the collarbone for a moment. I'm just going to tune into that feeling, fear of the future, all those worries, loneliness, feeling worn down. And this is the point, isn't it? We're just about to go into beginning of winter, and it's kind of December, January, February, those kind of dark months can be really difficult for people. Nice deep breath. And again, you might choose a color and energy that's going to lift, dissolve, and transform this fear, these worries. What would help you right now? So as I say, if you haven't tapped before, I'm going to tap through the points. I'm going to say some phrases, and if you can repeat them after me out loud, we're going to see what we can clear. Great, so let's get going. Nice deep breath, breathing in that colour, noticing the feeling in your body, and tapping top of the head and repeating after me, all this fear, all this anxiety, all these worries, feeling worn down. I don't know when this will change. I can't switch off my head. I can't switch off these thoughts. Finding it difficult to relax. All this fear of the future. All this fear of what might happen. All this fear of being alone. All this loneliness. Letting it go. All this emotion. All this tension. All these thoughts. I'm just trying to get through the day. Just taking one step at a time. And that can be really stressful sometimes. I don't have time to stop and think. Sometimes I feel like I'm firefighting. And when I do stop, all the anxieties rush in. I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel more relaxed. All these fears underneath the surface. All these worries bubbling along. All this tension. It doesn't help me. It doesn't change anything. I can't change what's going on out there. But I can change how I feel. I can relax my body. I can look after myself in the best way that I can. I can remember that I'm doing my best. And that sometimes I worry more than I could. Sometimes I worry about things that never happen. My mind is very good at coming up with things to worry about. My mind is very good at turning problems over and over and over. My mind is very good at staying switched on. My mind is very good at thinking. But sometimes those thoughts aren't very helpful. Sometimes I'd like to switch them off. Sometimes I'd like to know that things are going to change. And I know I've been relaxed in the past. And there are times when I felt really good and really happy. And I know things work out. Sometimes that's easier to remember than others. But the truth is, this will pass. Life will change. Nothing stays the same. And I can choose which direction I move. I can choose to feel better. I can choose to hope to feel better. Even if part of me doesn't think I can, I can still choose something else. All this fear of the future, all this need to get it right, all this fear of the unknown, all this loneliness, feeling worn down, not knowing when things will change. All these thoughts in my head at night. And it's really difficult to switch off. All these anxieties and thoughts. I don't want to feel them anymore. I want to let them go. Starting to let them go. Sometimes acknowledging them is all it takes to start to feel better. Right, so just take a breath, take a break, close your eyes for a moment. How's that feeling now? Just tune into that thought. We went through quite a lot of different thoughts and energies at that point. Maybe you felt a reaction, maybe you were yawning, maybe you felt some tears, maybe you felt some relief. As we go through this process, we're going to get more and more positive and more moving away from the fears and more into some solutions. So just let me know how that feels now. What's the number of that issue that you had? Has something else come up? Just have a check in with yourself and let me know how you're doing. Just gonna have some water. Sorry, it takes a little while for messages to come through. Gone from a 6 to a 1. Fantastic. Oh, that's great. 9 to a 6, lovely. The minute I started on the collarbone, I could feel it lifting, easily a 4 now, lovely. So that's gone from an 8 to a 4. It's fantastic. Really good. So I think everyone's had a shift down, which is lovely. So we're going to start looking at that deeper layer now. Again, as I say, we're just going to acknowledge it, maybe cut some cords to it if that feels right, and send some support back into the past. So if there's something else that's come up for you, again, you can share that with me and let me know, or if it's the same, we're going to keep, as you can tell, I'm being fairly general. And we'll just keep tapping. So right now, I just tap on the collarbone. If you want to share anything with me, then do. If not, we're just going to dive on and keep going. Good. So you might notice that different layers come up, different emotions, as we're going to start to kind of ease into the part, look into the past, look into other things. You might have other layers of emotions, and you might find there's an anger or an irritation underneath that. Might be a hurt or a sadness. So you just watch yourself, notice what happens. The more you can learn about yourself and your process and how you experience things, it's all good information to self-care, basically, of what you need. Good. Let's tune into that colour that maybe it's a different colour that you need now. Maybe it's more of the same. Just taking a breath, notice how your body feels. Maybe if there was a tension, maybe that's shifted somewhere else in your body. You might want to stretch a little bit. As you start to move the energy, it's quite good to move around. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit deeper. Nice deep breath. You're safe, all is well. Good. Breathing in that supportive colour. And start to send that energy back into the past. So as I say, it might be a recent past, it might be way back. You're not going to go there. Keep your attention here right now and breathe. Send support, love, energy back into your past. And as you do that, notice what happens. I feel a shift in you. Nice deep breath. Okay, tapping top of the head, repeating after me. All these anxieties and fears, all these different emotions I have, all these thoughts that come up. They're not the first time I felt them. It's not the first time I've thought them. I've felt many, many emotions in my life. In many, many different ways. I have many, many different triggers. But my feelings can come back to the same thing. Maybe there's a familiar feeling that I have often that I'd like to change. And maybe I know when that started. And maybe I don't. I don't need to know. I don't want to know. I just want to reduce the impact. I just want to feel good now. And I'm choosing to let go of anything from my past. Anything that's still affecting me now. I'm choosing to dial that down. I'm choosing to let that go. I'm choosing to feel good now. So just down the collarbone for a moment. I'd like you to imagine a cord, an energy, maybe that's from the back into your past, whatever that feels like. It might be a ball of energy representing something you might want to let go of. Just take a breath. And what we're going to do is cut the cord, cut the connection with this energy, whatever it is. As I say, it might be specific, it might be nothing specific, it might just be a sense of an energy or an emotion. Take a deep breath. And just cut through that cord and feel it lifting away. Maybe you're cutting it that way, maybe it's behind you, maybe it's in front of you, but you're moving and releasing yourself from this energy, from this discomfort. Anything that's holding you back. Nice deep breath. And as you do that, you might feel a shift in your body. You might feel a pressure lifting off your shoulders. You might feel you can breathe more deeply. And let's tap top of the head again. I'm letting it go. I'm feeling better already. I want to feel good now. And I do feel good now. I want to feel better. And I've let go of some of my past. I've let go of some old baggage. And I'm noticing how good that feels. I know that I'm the sum of my experiences. That what I've been through has made me me. But I can also feel good. And I don't have to be affected by the past anymore. So I choose to have a fresh start. I choose to feel clear. I choose to feel a bit freer. To breathe more easily. Right here, right now, I'm safe and well. Right here, right now, I'm safe and I'm well. Choosing peace. Choosing peace. I choose peace. Nice deep breath. Choosing peace. I feel calmer, more relaxed, more peaceful. And that feels good. I like to feel good. I like to feel peaceful. Choosing to feel more of that. Okay, nice deep breath. Just take stock again. Close your eyes, scan through your body. How did that feel? I'd love to know how that felt for you. If you could feel the shift, if that was difficult, if that was easy, if you need to do any more. How are you doing? Have another swig of water. Keep breathing, keep grounded. In a moment, we're going to start looking to the future. So much lighter than this morning, lovely. Don't let the past dictate your future, absolutely. Absolutely. So the mind is very good at, after throwing away the bad energy, I feel +3. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's great. So I think you started from a -9, now you're +3. That's brilliant. So absolutely, we are the sum of our experiences, and the subconscious makes decisions about the world and will globalize it. So something may have happened. I make a decision that I'm not safe, for example, or I need to do such and such, or I'm not good enough. We have these kind of decisions that the mind makes, and they're just not relevant anymore. But we keep hold of them, or the subconscious does. So we can just let that go. Great. So some real shifts. Lovely. So now we're going to start looking into the future and starting to invite some real positive energy to come in and take over. We're going to focus on the light, on that feeling good. So anyone else, let me know. Check in with those fears, how they're doing. We'll have a nice little sweep through and then we'll start breathing in some lovely positive energy. Great. So some really good shifts. Anyone not shifting? Anyone feeling that was difficult or need help? When I cut the cord, my legs felt heavy, like I was grounded potentially. So you could feel that shift. So did that feel good, that grounding, that heaviness? It's always checking with how it makes you feel. Didn't feel good at the time. How does it feel good now? How does it feel now? There could be a little bit of a fear of change. It might just be the next layer. And when we end something, there's always a bit of a grief and an ending. We haven't finished yet, so we're just going to keep going. Bit of resistance, yeah. I felt lighter, I also felt colder. So there's all these energy shifts that can change the temperature in your body. What's the emotion in that coldness and that resistance that you're feeling? Okay, so there's a little bit more to clear. So we'll do a little bit more tapping on that. So some lightness, some release, but also a little bit of resistance, basically. So if that's you, just trust the process, keep going. Nice deep breath. Let's start bringing in a real positive, lovely, gentle energy into the body, into the mind. Let's go again. So one hand over your heart, and tapping on top of the head, repeating after me. Releasing the past. Releasing these fears. I can feel the energy moving in my body. I can feel the resistance to change. I can feel the changes. And part of me is scared of that. After all, I'm dealing with my anxiety. And anxiety does not feel good. And maybe a part of me is afraid of what might happen. Because I'm afraid of the future, of getting it wrong, of being alone. And all these layers are hidden for a reason. My past is in my past for a reason. I'm a being made of energy. Emotions are energy. Resistance is an energy. Temperature is an energy. I'm just noticing these energy shifts. And I'm going to focus on one that feels good. Choosing to feel good. Choosing to know that I'm getting it right. Choosing to know that it's safe to move on. I'm safe. I have peace. And calm. I'm in control. And all is well. I'm starting to feel even lighter. Even happier. Even more relaxed. My one job is to feel good. My one intention is to feel better. There's nothing else I need to do. I choose to feel good. I choose to relax. I choose to let go. I'm going to remember all the things that are good in my life. Nice deep breath. Feeling calm. Feeling strong. I'm here right now because I want to feel better. I want to release the things that are holding me back. And I'm doing that. I've done that. And it feels really good. It feels really good to let things go. It feels really good to feel good. The better I feel, the better I feel. Nice deep breath. Let's stay on the collarbone for a moment. How does that feel? Again, let me know if that's clearing and shifting. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to find a warmth or a positive energy in your body or somewhere around you. Or oh, lovely. My legs are sparkling with gold and I can't stop smiling. Big shift. That's fantastic. So you had that heaviness initially when you cut the cord. Didn't feel good at the time. You had some resistance. Now you're sparkling gold. Good. Right. So it seems most people are shifting through that stuff. So if you're not, let me know. Just turn the volume up on that lovely sparkly feeling. Perfect feeling. Right. And that's the beauty of why I love this work so much, because nothing has changed from an hour ago other than you're here, you're doing this work. It's what's changed is how you feel. You've moved energy through your body. The people in your life are still the same, the relationships are still the same, the situation is the same, but you feel different, and therefore it is different. That's how you are in control of how you feel. When you do this work, listen to your body and focus on the feelings and start shifting and working with them, you feel better. You can feel free in prison, you can feel ecstatic when there's sadness all around you. It's acknowledging where you are, having intention, and listening to your body. And that's again why I want to release those things in the past, because we're taught very early on to not share things, to not express sometimes. We hold on to things generally. It's just in society, it's in people, because we want to stay in the group, we want to be liked, all of those things. But all that stuff can happen even though you feel differently. In fact, the better you feel, the better you feel, the better they feel. Everyone else benefits from the work that you do. It's like that ripple in the pond. You're sending out a ripple of positive energy, a ripple of calm, a ripple of peace. And the more sort of positive the energy, the stronger it is. So the more calm you are, that will sort of take over from the fear, because the fear is very wobbly and unstable. So when you're calm and you're really stable, you're going to stabilize people around you. It's like the queen bee in a beehive. Everyone defers to her strong energy, strong personality. So what do you want to bring to the world, to your friends, to your family, to your home? What do you want to bring? So close your eyes for a moment. As you see, I've been tapping on the collarbone the whole time. You can rest your hands at any time. Find an emotion that you would like to bring to the world. It might be a quality, as I say, it might be calm, might be peace, might be excitement, abundance, might be several things. Maybe it's love, connection, belief, self-belief, light. Maybe it's all of those things. Start to tune into that lovely, positive, calm, strong, confident energy that you want to bring, that you want to feel. Find where you feel that in your body. Maybe it's in one place, maybe it's all over. Turn up the volume on that feeling. I'm going to go pretty general unless you want to share that with me and tell me what you're feeling, what those good vibes are. Or maybe you just want to sit and feel it. So I can feel a lovely golden warmth in my tummy right now. It's moving up into my chest. Some people are feeling some lovely energies too. Gold spreading, lovely. As I say, we're in this group together. Well, let's just reach out to the group, to everyone else here, everyone on this call, and everyone who's connected to us. Let's send out some of this positive energy out into the world. The more you send, the more you receive. There might be people who come to mind that need support, need help. That might be the whole world with what's going on. Absolutely. Ripple in the pond. Starts with you. Good. Okay. So turning the volume up on this energy, tapping top of the head, repeating after me, feeling good, feeling calm. I'm causing ripples of calm, ripples of peace, ripples of excitement. I can't stop smiling. It feels so good. It feels really good to feel good. It feels really good to feel peace. It feels really good to feel heard. It feels good to be seen. I'm held. I'm safe. I'm loved. Lovely. You can just tap through the points if you want to. Or you can just hold your hands over your heart. Just turn up the volume and the energy. And as I say, just take a moment to send this good energy out into the world, into your world. I'm going to go quiet for a moment. Just tap and breathe. Now you can just bask in that energy of peace, confidence, calm, happiness. And you might find a place, like a beach or an image. Maybe you're in the sky, maybe you're by a lake. Maybe you can see that ripple. Just enjoy it and let it be. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the here and now, bringing this beautiful, calm, confident, peaceful, grounded energy with you. And take a moment to send that into your night, into your pillow, into your bed, into your dreams, into your morning, into tomorrow. Everyone you meet can feel this flowing from you. It's in every conversation. You can access this whenever you need to. It's an energy, and you can let it in. And that feels complete. You've sent that wherever it needs to go. Just gently bring your awareness back to the here and now. Take some breaths. If you can tell me how you're feeling, I would love to hear. Crying and laughing at the same time after the shift. Found my beach house vibe again. Fantastic. Such a pleasure. And that's it. We have these layers that come up. That's, as I said, right at the beginning, we get triggered sometimes. If you can sit and trace that back, well, when did this start? Oh, actually, it was when I was that car cut up in front of me. Oh, that really upset me. And that ching, bing, bing, you can sort of see where that trigger came from. Feeling really happy and peaceful. Lovely. Really good. Oh, feeling really happy, like I've spent an hour with friends, which you absolutely have. That's really lovely. Good. So as I say, you can come back to that feeling at any time. As long as you acknowledge where you are, you can tap to the points, name what you're feeling, find it in your body, just keep tapping, keep breathing. You can do it in a really simple way where you can just, how do I want to feel? I want to feel calm. I want to feel happy. And you can just tap through the point saying, I want to feel happy. I want to feel happy, or I want to feel peace, or I want to feel better. Whatever it is, you can just tap through the points saying what you want. Just keep saying what you want. Keep tapping and breathing, and you'll clear whatever's holding you back, and you'll start to tune into that vibe. So it's something you can play with on your own. Sometimes you can just close your eyes and see yourself there at that beach house, for example, or on a holiday, or on your wave a wand to create the perfect picture. Really good. Lovely. So coming towards the end, just want to check in, have a little scan through your body. How are you feeling? Hope your body feels more relaxed too. Great. So I just wanted to tell you that I've got a new booking system on my website now. So you can book in a free consultation or a full session by going to my website. And it's just on the top bar at the front there. You'll see you can click and have a look. My availability is there. So if there's some specific issue you want help with, if you just want some advice, then you can click in, book a session, and I would love to talk to you. There'll be another webinar next month. I'll post that on the website too. And if you're not on the mailing list, I will add you so you can keep up to date, and you can unsubscribe at any time if you need to. That's hopefully you can keep up to date. And I would be posting this video on my website and on the Facebook page. So thank you so much. It's been a really lovely time with you. I feel like we've cleared a huge amount. Thank you so much. It was fantastic. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Such a pleasure. Good. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for your time. My absolute treat. I absolutely love doing this. I get so much out of it myself, because it's just, once you start tapping, you kind of want to tell everyone about it. All the tappers I know just want to share it because it makes such a difference. My sister told me yesterday, it was on a program, a Channel 4 program yesterday. Very pleased, the EFTs out there in the world. Really good. So as I say, and if you need anything, let me know. My website's stressfreelifeacademy.com. Oh, thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. Well, good night, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Lots of love. See you next time. Keep tapping, keep up the good work, and enjoy. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Oh, feeling golden. Lovely. Good night. Take care. You too. See you soon.